which seems to be a little bit slow. As I get started, let me also mention that today, let's see, it looks like somebody's unmuted. Um, Today I was also asked it looks like somebody's unmuted. Oh, hang on. Let me do this. Okay, no feedback. All right, y'all, I swear, please, if this is your first time, let this be a bad impression. Oh, Lord. Okay, today, Monday, I was also asked to fill in on the Awkwardly Zen side. Many of you who know me know that I am also a lead team member and heavily involved with Awkwardly Zen. Awkwardly Zen is another spiritual based organization, and they have their monthly psychic development event with Ari Honeyford, who happens to also be my best friend. And I was asked to fill in today to help with that event. And I'm saying that because that event starts immediately after this event. So if you would like to join that event, you're welcome to join that event. Also, I will probably be jumping off of this one like 2 or 3 minutes early, if I remember to do that, so I can join that event. So I just wanted to put that out there if you're interested in joining me for another hour for psychic development. All right, for today's event. Hello, welcome. I think I've got most of my brain online. Magical Money Manifestations, I do a full tarot pull. We pull about 5 cards to get us started. And then we go into oracle cards. And then also I like to say Spirit weaves its message in the cracks. Any messages that come through, I am also a channeler. So any messages that come through from Spirit that seem relevant for the group, for the collective today, I will absolutely convey to the group, regardless of whether or not a card is involved in those messages. But for the most part, this is a card pull. So we will be doing tarot and then oracle. I'm going to ask that you all get grounded on your own in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. It can be anything from a couple of deep breaths to a full closing your eyes and getting settled in. But I'm asking that you ground yourself, and grounding to me just means pulling all of your attention to this present moment, doing your best to let go of any worries, anxieties, doubt, regret, any of those lower vibrations, getting yourself ready to receive messages, putting out to Spirit, God, the divine, whatever you call that energy that is bigger than us, any questions that you have, anything that you are seeking guidance on. Ask it once and then let it go so that you can move yourself into the receiving mode to listen and receive the answers, the guidance, the support that you are seeking. And when you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come on back to the room. Somebody said they're expecting snow in Denver. Ah, Miss Oliver, you're in Missouri. Yay. Who else here is in Kansas or is in the track of that snowstorm? Kansas, Missouri, snowstorm. Just seeing. We're all in this together, I see. All right. Not going to do that, Miss Jacqueline, because you're going to rest. I just had to check the messages. Okay, we're really going to get into it now. Again, I apologize for the late start and for not being fully coherent as we got started today. Yeah, you know what I did yesterday during the snowstorm when I didn't have anything to do? I got caught up and watched a couple of episodes of House of the Dragon. I'm trying to get through that series. I've already watched all of Game of Thrones, and I think there's another one out. I don't remember what the third one is, but I love that time, I guess you would say, that time frame with knights and royal court and kingdoms and all of that. I'm pretty sure I must have had a life. One of my previous lives must have been during that time frame because I just love it. So with all of that being said, the deck we're pulling from is dragons. Tarot of the Dragons is what we're going to pull from today. Get some of that fire energy going. Maybe some of that fire energy will get us inspired and back on track. Combat all of this snow and ice. A song of fire and ice. All right, so I'm pulling the tarot cards, letting spirit guide us. What messages do we need to hear today? But it's going to be most supportive and helpful for this group. That one and that one. Welcome, light flurries in Michigan. Somebody said, I love Game of Thrones. Who said I love Game of Thrones? Yes. Okay. First up, I should probably spotlight myself so you all can see the cards. There we go. First up is Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. I want you to look at the scene just a little bit. There's a sleeping dragon, got his hand on one of the bones. We're assuming there's some food or some marrow in it that's still tasty. And this young little dragon trying to sneak away with that bone while the sleeping dragon trying to make it away. Is he going to make it? Seven of Swords. Swords are thought. Swords are air energy. And the Seven of Swords often is interpreted as a card which is foretelling. I don't even use that word. Why is Spirit giving me that word? Which is giving you insight into, it's often interpreted as deceit, treachery, someone trying to steal something, make away with something for you. That's one meaning. So maybe if you are in a situation where you're like, I'm not sure about this person or I'm not sure about this situation, then this is a message from Spirit to you saying, be aware, be on the lookout. But the other meaning of this card that I like much more because it doesn't have such a negative connotation to it is if you are this person and you are trying to do whatever you're trying to do for whatever reasons you're trying to do, let's just assume this person is of good intent. How are they going to get away with this? They must be very strategic. They must have a plan. They must have thought it out. So the other meaning of the Seven of Swords is it's a time for you to look at your situation, your life, whatever is in front of you, and be strategic about it. Have a plan about it. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be about thievery or deception. It's just be strategic. Make sure you have a plan so that you can be successful in whatever you are attempting to do. And again, swords, our thinking mind, our thought. So it's saying think things through before you move into action. Seven of Swords. Think things through. So at the beginning of our week, Spirit is asking us, sit your ass down and think about what you're about to do this week. Because you ain't always been thinking stuff through. That's what Spirit is saying right now. A lot of our life, this is coming from Spirit right now. A lot of our life decisions are made from a survival mode or trauma response to reactionary. Something's happened and now I've got to respond. And oftentimes in that reactionary energy, we're not responding how we want to respond. We're responding how we think we have to respond. And so this Seven of Swords is coming to us in the beginning of the week saying, you have a chance to sit down and think about how you want to respond before anything happens in this week so that you're not in that fight or flight survival mode, so that you're not reacting from a place of lack or fear, so that you think about it before it happens. So this is kind of like the prep work. Spirit is saying, how do you want your week to plan out? Before anything happens, before any conversations happen, before any events happen, before you have to be anywhere, do anywhere, go to work, any of that happens, how do you want your week to work out? Think about it because we got swords, thinking, thoughts, air, energy. Think about it, plan it out before anything happens so that you can move from that position of authority and not from a position of feeling like you have to respond out of fear or lack or some other lower vibration. So 7 of Swords is how we start out. And then we're moving right into action because we have a knight. Knights in Tarot represent an action needs to be taken. And here we have the Knight of Cups. Cups is emotion, Cups is intuition, asking us to take action. I'm going to go to the book on this one because I do want to see what this scene is all about. Looks like there is a polar bear probably trying to eat, and the dragon came and swooped up a seal. That looks like a seal, not a fish. I do want to see what this scene is all about. So let's go to the book on this one. Knight of Cups. Generally speaking, the Knight of Cups is asking you to take action on what I'm feeling. Again, cups can represent emotion or intuition. I'm feeling this message is about intuition. We've been getting some nudges through our intuitive channels, maybe signs, maybe messages, and we're like, yeah, that sounds good, but there's always a but when it comes to us humans. Yeah, but. And so this message is coming from Spirit saying, no, I need you to take action. I need you to stop giving me excuses. I've sent the intuitive hits. I need you to take action on this intuition. Let's see. Knight of Cups. This is why I love this particular deck too, because it gives you a full page color of the card itself. Knight of Cups. A glacial blue dragon dips and swoops through the Gelid landscape dotted with flows of broken ice. I'm having a hard time reading today. He is a noble dragon with a bit of a hero complex, ever questing for someone in need. Not for glory or praise does he do this, but for pleasure and a certain warm dragonous rumble he gets deep in his tummy. In his paws he holds a cup filled with icy waters and a surprised seal. Far below the ice, a dejected polar bear looks skyward. No dinner tonight. Slightly more mature and settled than the page, the Knight of Cups has the qualities of water behaving as fire. Water behaving as fire, like a rushing river. A chivalrous romantic with charm and kindness to spare, he takes the side of those in direst straits. Do not be deceived by his mild manner. The knight is a seeker of spiritual wisdom and a union the likes of which bards will sing. Though his emotions seem subdued, when roused they roil like a tsunami. Trifle with his passions at your peril. Follow his example. Hold tight to your ideals and lead with your heart. So that's the message. Hold tight to your ideals and lead with your heart. So quite the story of how he really enjoys helping others. He really enjoys being that knight in shining armor, a bit of a hero complex. It was described as him, a romantic. He was described as this person loves being of service. So maybe this Knight of Cups, more the message is if you've been getting any intuitive hits, yes, follow those, but especially pay attention to those intuitive hits that where it's calling you to be of service in any way. Have you been asked to share your gifts? And you're telling yourself, I don't have any gifts. I'm not psychic. I can't read tarot like Valerie reads tarot. So the fuck what? If you can read tarot, read tarot. Doesn't matter what level you're on. Stop holding yourself back and share your gifts. I feel like that's a big message too for this group today. Next up, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, card number 5. This is our major arcana card, which means it spans all areas and situations in your life, whereas the minor arcana, which are the cards that we just read from, the minor arcana is what's going on in your day-to-day, your everyday life, what is facing you right now in the present moment. And then the major arcana are those big overarching themes. Need more coffee. The Hierophant is asking you to examine your beliefs. The Hierophant is all about established structures. It's often represented as a religious figure. It's not necessarily about religion, but it is about the importance that religion has on many of us, because in our society, I'll speak as society as a whole, religion is something that is very present. It's where you learn your morals and your values and don't steal from this person and don't cheat on that person. Religion is one of those established structures. So are the education system. So are family units, units of origin. So are government institutions, all of these institutions, all of these containers that hold guidelines, rules, beliefs, structures that we all kind of interact with and operate by. All of these containers are where most of us, for the most part, pick up our belief systems. They're either taught to us in school, or they're taught to us by our parents, or they're taught to us by religious figures. It's where we get our beliefs from. So this card, even though often represented by a religious figure, that religious figure represents all structures where we may have been, where we may have learned our beliefs from. And it's asking you to examine those beliefs. A Hierophant is asking you to look at your beliefs, figure out which ones are still serving you, which ones are not serving you, do a little work on cleaning that up. If you have a life where you're like, I don't know what I believe, or I'm not sure why my life is so off kilter, then this is a very important card for you, because sometimes we don't know what our beliefs are. And it's a good time to look into and figure out, if I don't know what my beliefs are, well, then what beliefs would I like to have? You can put your own beliefs in that structure. You don't have to pick something that's already been done before. So examining your belief structure and shifting things and making sure that they are supporting you going forward. Do not beat up on yourself. Like, why would I believe that? Or why is this belief not serving you? I'm hearing very clearly from Spirit, this is not a moment for you to beat up on yourself. This is a moment for you to just examine them. And we pick up beliefs when they serve us, and then we're supposed to release them when they're no longer serving us. So it doesn't matter. If you still believe in Santa Claus and that is serving you, go for it. If you're at an age where that no longer serves you and you would like to more believe into the generosity and the abundance of the universe, which is kind of where mine is shifted. Do I believe there is an energy behind Santa Claus? Yes. Do I believe in the energy of well-being and abundance and all of community coming together at a certain time of year, and all of a sudden we're so much nicer to each other? Yeah, because I can see that. Absolutely. So maybe I don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, but I do believe in the energy behind Santa Claus. So that's kind of shifting your beliefs so that they match where you are in your journey right now, to make sure they are still supporting you. So the Hierophant is asking you to do that. Is there anything else, Spirit? No. Okay, moving on to the next card. Now we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. Now that is quite the scene. That's probably one of the most dramatic scenes I've ever seen for the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords in regular tarot is just a heart with three swords piercing the heart. Here, these dragons are extra. So we got a dragon holding a heart, three swords in a what looks like an erupting volcano, lightning all around. Three of Swords. Three of Swords often points to heartbreak, obviously based on the image of a heart being pierced by three swords. Often that is the understanding, heartbreak. But I had such an experience with such an extreme heartbreak that I understand this card a little bit differently. Heartbreak, yes. But what happens on the other side of heartbreak? For many of us, if we take that as an experience and we don't make it a negative thing, if we say what has happened because of this, then on the other side of that heartbreak, we have such an immense opportunity to heal those parts of ourselves that were susceptible to the heartbreak in the first place, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the idea of when you say, people keep pushing my buttons and that's why I get so angry. Well, what if you didn't have those buttons? That's the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is like, what if you didn't have this thing that allowed you to feel vulnerable and allowed you to feel hurt and allowed you to be broken? What if you healed that part of yourself? Not because you are trying to live a life where nothing ever affects you emotionally, but because you realize you have this unhealed part of yourself. And when someone pokes it, you feel as if your heart is broken. So your heart gets broken. And then the other side of that is, how do I heal this part of myself? Not so that I'm invincible, but so that now that I know where my vulnerability is, I can heal this part of myself and be stronger because of it, and be wiser because of it, and be more loving because of it. Because oftentimes when our heart breaks, we want to shut it down, lock it in a cage, and make sure nobody touches that heart ever again. And then that closes us off from moving in a heart-centered manner throughout life, from showing love, from showing appreciation. And all of these things are the things that Spirit is like, I need you to show love. I need you to show appreciation. This is how you manifest your life. Well, how are you going to do that if your heart's shut down? So this Three of Swords is coming. Yes, it might represent vulnerability. It might represent hurt feelings. It might represent being heartbroken. But the bigger message is, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to heal that? How are you going to look at that and examine that and ask yourself, how did my heart get broken? What's happening here? And how can I move beyond this and be stronger and more open-hearted because of it? I say the Three of Swords is heartbreak, but it's breaking you in all the right ways, so that when you can put yourself back together, you're stronger because of it. So Three of Swords. Let's see if there's anything extra from here. I'll just read from the book. From first pulse to last, pain shapes our existence. I had never thought of it that way, but yeah, we come into the world screaming as newborns, most of us. Pain shapes our existence, intentional and not. It teaches us to treasure joy and offer healing in times of grief and sorrow. Be mindful, words scar as deep as way forged steel. Life is full of betrayal, abandonment, and strife. I hope not. I hope not full of. I hope y'all got better lives than that. But we understand what the text is saying. And the heart is vulnerable to pain that the flesh cannot imagine. That now that part is true. That emotional pain sometimes is so much more impactful than physical pain. Accepting these bitter truths, especially with those that we hold dear, itself is a rite of passage, a part of growing up. Don't let this knowledge shackle your emotions. That's what it's saying. Don't let this shut down and guard your heart so much that you can't love anymore. Learn from it. Let it magnify your heart until it aches for loved ones and strangers alike. There is enough pain to go around and enough care. In the end, you'll find that agony and bliss are distinctions, are, are distinctions without a difference. Well, that's interesting. But very much like what I was saying, don't allow any pain, heartache to stop you in your tracks and to guard you so that you're not moving forward. Take it for what it is, feel through it, feel your emotions, do what you need to do, but then look for that healing. Look for the why did this happen? Try to understand how to fortify yourself. And it's kind of like the story of going astrology, Chiron, the wounded healer. Some of you know that story. Chiron is a constellation. Knowing where Chiron is in your chart is so impactful because you will really, really start to understand the patterns in your life. So that's a little tip. If any of you want to look at your birth chart and figure out where Chiron falls, it might give you a little bit more information on what's going on with your life and the patterns in your life. However, Chiron, the wounded healer, is the idea that Chiron received what I think was supposed to be a mortal wound, because he was immortal, anyway, he had to heal it. And in figuring out how to heal his own wound, he then shared that knowledge with others so that others could heal similar wounds. So that's kind of also this Three of Hearts. Figuring out, yes, you're wounded, yes, you're hurt. How are you going to heal that? And once you heal that, can you share that knowledge with others? Because we're not here to just be wounded and battle scarred and walking around trying to figure out how to get through. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to learn and grow and expand. Expansion is the nature of the universe. And so if you're not expanding, you are working in opposition to the natural laws of the universe. Oh my God, I need so much more coffee. Our last card, this really makes sense based on the cards before. Our last card is the Fool. I love the Fool. The Fool is card 0 in the major arcana, so it's the first card. The Fool represents all of us as we begin on our life's journey. And the Fool is young, optimistic, spontaneous, impetuous. The Fool is like that young teenager that no one has gotten their claws into. Society has not told them they can't yet. And so that young teenager thinks they're invincible. They can stay out all hours of the night, they can party, they can go to school, they can put themselves in dangerous situations that we think are dangerous as adults, but they're like, I don't see the danger because they're so optimistic. No one has told them no one has told them otherwise. So they believe in their own power. If only we could all get back to that spot, the world would be so amazing. No one has told them that they can't. No one has told them they're powerless. No one has put in front of them obstacles that they did not see themselves. And so they don't have obstacles. They fully believe in their own power, in their own invincibility. They are so fresh and new into the world, so unencumbered. Is that a word? Man, that energy feels so good. And the Spirit is giving us this card at the end of the week after taking us through Seven of Swords and after taking us through the Hierophant, examining the beliefs, and Three of Swords right after the Three of Swords. And then Spirit is like, the Fool, this is where I want you to land. Once you've done the work, once you've examined, once you've came up with a plan, once you've examined your beliefs, once you've figured out where your vulnerability is and worked on healing that, this is where I want you to land, in your power, where no one can tell you no, where you are optimistic again, where you are believing in magic, where you know that whatever you want, you can do it. This is where I want you to land. So that's a really good message for all of us, ending up feeling empowered, feeling strong, feeling strength, feeling like we can do all of the things we came here into this human existence to do is where we're going to end up. But we've got these little things that we need to work out of our energy. And that's what the message of the first four cards were about, where we can focus to work those things out of our energy so that we can end up in that full energy, fresh and new into the world. So that's our tarot card. Now we're going to move into the oracle cards. Let me try to get my deck out of the way here. And this is the portion where I say, if you have a question, a situation, something presenting itself to you that you would like guidance on, please type it and put it over in the chat. And we'll try to get to it if I can, but knowing more specifically what you might want to receive guidance on helps me choose what decks I'm going to go to, and also allows if there's any messages from Spirit to come through specifically for your situation. It also allows for that. But let's move into the oracle cards. So the first oracle deck, I see a question already. And before I even go to an oracle card, which I think we will get more information from the oracle card, that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. But immediately the answer that popped into my noodle was yes. Is this an idea worth pursuing? I heard an immediate yes. And then Spirit also immediately reminded me of what card was that we pulled? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, the Knight, because it's moving into action, intuition, and it's following intuition. And so is this an idea worth pursuing? I'm hearing that you're already getting intuitive hits on it, and your brain is getting in the way and making up reasons why you shouldn't follow that intuition. So I'm hearing follow that intuition, and that yes, it's an idea worth pursuing. I usually don't spend that much time answering individual questions, so didn't mean to do all of that, but that message was so clear. I was like, "Ooh, let me jump on this." The deck that I'm pulling from, though, is the 22 Archangels Oracle from Kyle Gray, and the card that we have here, I swear we pulled this last week. Did we pull this last week? I shuffled these cards. Sandolph. And I couldn't say his name last week either.
Sandalphon.
Thank you. That sounded like Jacqueline. I can't see you on camera, but that sounded like Jacqueline. Sandalphon, building the bridge, your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. How are you going to create a connection with all hearts if your heart is closed off? So I think that's why we got that 3 of Swords first, so that this message could be more readily received. So I'm going to go to the book and see what other information we have on this particular archangel. His name means co-brother, most likely referring to the idea that he is the twin brother of Metatron. Let's see, the message is, angels are grateful for the light and energy you bring to the earth, and whether you realize it or not, there is a sacred mission unfolding for you at this time. You are creating a powerful bridge of light between heaven and earth, and your role is to bring the light that crosses that bridge to those who need it most. Take the time to become aware of those in your life who might be feeling left out, unsupported, and othered. Your work is about bringing them together. So think about what that means for you and your circle of people, you know. What did I do with I can't find the lid to my box. Now I can't put my cards away. Think about what that means to you. How can you fulfill that? How can you help those? Give them attention, maybe. Maybe all they need is attention, maybe not help and support. Ask them what they need. Sometimes they just need someone to recognize them, someone to say, hey, I see you. How did I lose the lid to that card box that fast, y'all? I surprise myself sometimes. Let's see. Numerology. I haven't pulled from this in forever. I am truly baffled by the fact that I cannot find oh, I see it. Okay. I'm like, did it disappear? Are we already jumping timelines and moving to different dimensions unintentionally? I found it, y'all. Okay. Numerology. I have not gone to this deck in like forever. Let me see what's going on over in the chat because I have no idea why Spirit is directing me to this deck. Where am I in the universe? My question I asked during. Jesus. I got 3 cards from this deck. I usually only get 1 card from the Oracle decks. I got 3 cards. So numerology, I would say, before I haven't even turned the cards over, I would say these messages are, I'm assuming that I got 3 cards because someone is already receiving, this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, someone is already receiving, like seeing angel numbers or seeing repeating digits. And this is just going to be, one of these cards is going to be like, oh my God, that's my number. And this is just more input from Spirit saying you are on the right track. Would you please stop dismissing these numbers because I'm tired of making you look at the clock at a certain time of day. So this is like Spirit's way of saying this is your message. So we've got 3 cards. Interesting. Y'all gonna laugh. The first one is synchronicity. 87. Again, Spirit is like, listen, I don't know how else to. I've been making you look at the alarm clock. I've been putting you in traffic behind certain license plates. Like what? And you still are not getting the message. Spirit is like, I don't know what else to tell you. Let me tell this lady to pull this card that says synchronicity. Maybe you'll get the message if I just put it really plain in front of your face. I'm trying to get a message to you. This is Spirit talking to y'all. And me too, probably. Synchronicity, 87. Let's see. See what the extended message is on this. This card indicates a need to have faith in the universal order of events, even in the midst of hopelessness and uncertainty. There is no such thing as an accident or a coincidence in the universe, and the perfect people and opportunities will appear miraculously when least expected. Even when you can't logically comprehend how your dreams could possibly come true. Anybody Anybody feel that last statement? Let me read it again, because some of y'all some of y'all were like, this message is not for me. And I'm telling you, Spirit is like, this message is for every damn one of y'all. If you are listening to this, watching the recording, this message is for you. Even when you can't logically comprehend how your dreams could possibly come true, you must trust in the magical power of synchronicity to deliver what you need. Remember, it isn't your job to know how things will unfold. It is simply your job to believe and know that all is well. The hows, whens, and whos lie in the hands of the divine. But once you surrender the outcome, you are shown the next logical step. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and the cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to trust in the power of synchronicity. By living in constant alignment with Source through positive thoughts, not thoughts about despair, positive thoughts about how it is going to work out, emotions, and prayer/meditation, you will automatically, not you will struggle and strive and dig a manifestation out of nothingness, but you will automatically attract miraculous synchronicities into your life. The affirmation is, I have faith that synchronicity will lead me where I need to be. It's also a meme on Facebook. Y'all, if y'all are my friends, y'all know I'm on Facebook like all the time. I know y'all are like, how does she ever get anything done? I see her posting all the time. I saw this meme on Facebook that said, and it was from, I think it was from a spiritual leader. But the idea was, and it was a famous quote too. Let me get the quote. It was the idea of not looking for miracles, because miracles are everywhere, and it's not our job to look for them and like there's some hidden relic. It's our job to just be aware. And when we open ourselves up and be aware, we will notice that miracles are everywhere. And we will feel that sense of synchronicity in everything, from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep. Even in our dreams, man, that was a synchronistic dream. We'll feel it all the time when we're actually more aware of it and open ourselves up to believing, yes, but just being more aware of it. So I like how it said, positive thoughts, emotions, and prayer automatically attract miraculous synchronicities into your life. So that synchronicity, spend a little bit more time on that one, because that was a message for everybody, myself included. Stop discounting. This is coming from Spirit. I'm sending you messages all the time. I'm sending you information all the time. I'm sending you ideas, inspiration, creativity all the time. All the time. And sometimes you're in the right space to receive it. And sometimes you allow that to get in and find its place in your life. But most of the time, you dismiss it. Most of the time, you're looking directly at a miracle and saying to yourself, that couldn't possibly be a miracle. That miracle's not for me. I'm not ready for that. Most of the time, that's what we're doing. And so Spirit is trying to tell us in this moment, synchronicity, miracles are everywhere. I just need you to be more aware of that. Y'all, we're on a Zoom. Does anybody really know how the hell you turn your computer on and you can talk to somebody all the way across the world? I call that magic. I worked in IT. Yes, I technically know how it works, but still, when you get down to the zero, the ones, and the binary code, none of that shit makes sense. I think we're all making it up. Everything is magic when we allow everything to be magic. So just the fact that you're able to listen to these messages from some lady on the internet who says she hears voices from the divine, I mean, all of that is magic. All of that is magic. So allow yourself to receive these messages in a magical way, and your life will be more magical. Okay, let me get to the other two cards from this deck. Spiritual Partnership, number 27, numerology 27, Spiritual Partnership. Let's see what that message is about. This card indicates a time when a significant spiritual relationship is about to be forged. Perhaps it comes in the form of a friendship between like-minded souls on a similar journey towards enlightenment. Hey, friends, I like that part. Or maybe it's a master-disciple relationship where an important individual enters your life. The saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And when yours arrives, he or she will assist you in expanding your spiritual growth. During the course of this relationship, you will play the role of both teacher and student, and the wisdom gained from this experience will enhance your connection to Source. Perhaps a spiritually minded person will broaden your understanding of the divine. Maybe you become a catalyst in another's spiritual journey and help that individual on his or her path. Regardless of the form the spiritual relationship takes, it will serve your greater good and theirs as well. I added that last part. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you towards a significant spiritual relationship. So pay attention to the speakers, teachers, and authors whose teachings you respect. Be on the lookout for people on a journey similar to yours, and embrace the opportunity to enhance your spiritual growth. And the affirmation is, through a sacred spiritual relationship, I deepen my connection to Source. Beautiful. And then this card, I really like this card. Where is Jacqueline? 32, music. Music.
Hey.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, that is a Merkaba, which I believe is related to Metatron. Is that related to Metatron? And we just had his brother in the other card, so we got Metatron kind of in the background, that energy coming through as well. So if Metatron resonates with any of you, just know, not a synchronicity. He's trying to reach out to you, trying to give you some energy, trying to give you some messages. If y'all were like, just thinking about Metatron the other day, well, he showed up twice. All right, music. 32. This card indicates a need to listen to music you enjoy in order to improve your health, well-being, and overall quality of life. I'm gonna pause for a minute because y'all heard that, but y'all didn't hear that. Because how many of you are gonna get off of this call and go about your day without turning on music, without finding your favorite song? Most songs are 5 minutes or less. Well, in my day, they were 5 minutes or less. I think the songs coming out now are like 2 or 3 minutes. Y'all can't find 2 or 3 minutes to listen to your favorite song, because Spirit is talking to you right now, saying this is how you're going to get yourself more aligned than you have been. Listen to your favorite music. I'm not asking much. Let's see. Playing, singing, composing, or listening to beautiful music that fills your heart with joy automatically. Here's another automatic, y'all. Spirit is like, listen, it does not have to be that hard. Y'all are making the spiritual thing way too hard. There's so many things you can do that are just automatically put you where you've been asking and trying to claw your way to. How, Spirit, help me. And Spirit's like, listen to a song. And you're like, no, that's way too easy. Surely I must sit in a meditative pose for an hour and close my eyes and not answer my phone and have the right music on in the background and meditate in the right way and reach out to my spirit guides. Surely that's how I do it. And Spirit's like, or turn the radio on. Why do you got to make it so hard? Just turn the radio on. Playing, singing, composing, or listening to beautiful music that fills your heart with joy automatically raises your vibration and enhances your connection to Source. Because you attract what you feel in this magnetic vibrational world. When you consistently feel good, you can make your dreams come true. When you consistently feel good, you can make your dreams come true. You mean I've been doing all these spiritual practices, showing up every Monday for 5 years, listening to you, and all I had to do is turn the radio on? Come on, Spirit. You could have told me that 3 months ago. I know that's what some of y'all are saying. And Spirit could have told you 3 months ago, but your hard head wouldn't listen to it. So Spirit's telling you now, go listen to your favorite music, raise your vibration. When your vibration raises, you will automatically start attracting the things that you want in your life. Music is the ultimate way to bring yourself into alignment because it only takes a few minutes to sing your favorite song in the shower rather than worry about your day in the shower. How many of y'all take that shower time to worry about what you got to do? You could be singing. You could be singing your way to manifestations. I'm going to just stop doing everything I do in my practice, and I'm just going to come on here and sing for an hour. I mean, that's what Spirit is saying. Like, how serious are you going to take this? How serious are you going to take? I'm trying to tell you how easy it is to manifest your dreams. And y'all keep trying to make it, well, I'm not going to stop doing everything. I'm not going to sing for y'all because that would probably put y'all in a very state of disarray because y'all don't want to hear me sing. But you can sing for yourself and listen to your own music and really raise your vibration in the simplest of ways and really get closer to that vibration where you start to receive, where you start to be aware of the miracles, where you start to really enjoy those and attract those manifestations to you. It's not about manifesting as if it is a verb. We don't have to make things happen. We just have to put ourselves in a position to receive what is already happening all around us. You're already at the buffet. All you have to do is decide what you want on your plate. That's it. That's it. Let's see. Listen to inspirational music while driving rather than stress about the traffic. Or play your favorite, this is dated, play your favorite CD. This is definitely dated. Or play your favorite CD while doing housework rather than fret about the mess. Let's see. This is encouraging you to listen to music that you love. It truly has the power to heal your body and your life. When you fill your heart with music, you can manifest your dreams. When you fill your heart with music, you can manifest your dreams. Maybe that goes back to that 3 of hearts too. If anybody's experiencing that broken heart or will experience that broken heart later in the week, think about how music can help you heal that. And then the affirmation is the healing power of music brings me closer to my dreams. Beautiful message and so simple. I am so glad I went to this deck. It's the numerology guidance cards. Let me show you the cover one more time. Y'all see where I got it? Half Price Bookstore. Half Price Bookstore has tarot cards and oracle decks. I'm really glad I went to that because I needed to be reminded of how powerful a tool music is. All right, I'm going to pull one more oracle card and then I'm going to jump off of here so I can join the other event. We are going to end, maybe I'm going to pull 2 more. I think I'm going to try to pull 2 more real quick. Dragon Path, because we pulled from Dragon Tarot. So we're going to pull a Dragon Path oracle card. Spirit, which card? Ooh, tough one. Divine Feminine. I'm not gonna go to the book on this because I want to, in the interest of time, Divine Feminine, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine is all about being in the receptive mode. The Divine Feminine receives. The Divine Feminine is, it gets the inspiration, it gets the creativity, all of the flow. It flows in through the Divine Feminine, the receptive part of us. That is what that energy is for each one of us. So get in the receiving mode. And then the Divine Masculine is the actionary. So we have Divine Feminine, get in the receiving mode, open yourself up, be more aware of what is around you. That's the first card. I pulled 2, Spirit pulled 2, let me say that. And Illuminaire. Illuminaire, I believe is how you say that. And I have no idea what this card is about. So we will go to the book on that one real quick. That is card number 24. Illuminaire is one of the guardian dragons, I believe. Nope. It's not. It's in a different section. Illuminaire. Only truth has integrity and can stand the test of time. Here's the message. I illuminate what can't be seen, that which is hidden within you. Your truth needs to be seen and shared. You cannot hide behind your mask forever. Your shields of false protection don't serve you. Only truth has integrity and can stand the test of time. Illuminaire is the first dragon I met, this is the author speaking, who also holds angelic as well as dragon energy. In this case, from the Archangel Uriel. So, interesting. We've got archangels coming in again, even through the dragon deck. Y'all gonna like this next part. When does this dragon appear? A luminaire appears when we are not listening. I feel like I've received that message a couple of times during today's reading. When we are not listening and have been resisting what needs uncovering and changing within our lives. This is usually of a spiritual or personal nature. Rest assured, when you are now ready to deal with whatever has been lurking in the depths of your being, whether this is a spiritual awakening or a deep personal healing, it's ready to be activated. And the rest of this dragon's message is spiritual warriors of earth, collectively, we can change the world. Although humankind is not yet ready for us in all our might, you and others like you are preparing the way, anchoring the light into the planet. Are you ready to continue your amazing journey of empowerment? And he goes on to say, do not fear this illumination. Truth is a liberating and powerful ally. Your fears lie with change. Your fears lie with change, but open your heart and welcome it to your core, allowing the light to guide you forward. So I think that's a good one to end on. I don't think I will go to another deck. I think we'll end on that one because that dragon comes when we're not listening. So, listening, spirit, I'm listening. What do you need to listen to? Maybe spend some time meditation. Maybe put on. Here's a 2-for-1. Listen to your favorite song and see if there's a message from spirit in the lyrics of your favorite song. That maybe because you just bop along to it, you don't really listen to the lyrics. Maybe there's a message. Then 2-for-1. Not only are you raising your vibration, but you're saying, I'm ready to listen, spirit. There's a reason why this is my favorite song. Let me figure out why this is my favorite song. So that is the messages from spirit today. Thank you so much for joining me, especially if you are new here. It's been a pleasure to have you here. I do these. They're called Magical Monday manifestations for a reason, because we are here to co-create and really manifest our lives, not just react. So hopefully some of these messages have kind of put you in a preemptive mode to where you're ready to start creating and not just reacting to what's already been created out there. So I hope you have a blessed and wonderful week. I hope I see you back here next week. And I hope I see some of you over on the AZ channel for psychic development in a few minutes. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week.